Heed the sound. Ringo TV. Ringo TV. Ringo TV.
Welcome to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and support the content.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo. We back again with another one. You already don't know what it is. Let's go. Today I have an interesting topic for you. We're dealing with truth. Make sure you get the likes up on the video because we have a lot to talk about. That's right. We back again with another one. Black Male Advice TV. Make sure you click that like button, subscribe to the channel today for more content, and click that notification bell so you can be notified when we upload or go live. We're dealing with undeniable truth regarding Kevin Samuels' demise that pretty much went right over your head. On this platform, we deal with truth. So, if you are viewing my content, that means that you consent to actually viewing my content. That means that you want to view what I have to say, which means that as you sit there, you made the personal choice to tune in to hear what I have to say. That being said, we're pretty much continuing on our investigation concerning the death of Kevin Samuels, because his buddies, they're not asking no questions. Now, you know I am one of Kevin Samuels' greatest critics, and for whatever reason, it's interesting to me that none of his followers, none of his alleged friends are asking any questions. They are quiet on the matter. Shout out to everybody coming in. You know what I mean? I see y'all all out there coming in on the stream. We got Shayla, what's going on? Rob, Riverdale Kings, Awaken, Sean. Let me see. I can't even see this name. Is that Santio? I'm not sure if I can see your name. I can't see it. Tyler. Anita. What's going on? So, what are we dealing with? We're dealing with undeniable truth. What you're going to get in this show here is undeniable truth. I'm talking about we're going in. We're going to question the narrative. There's no escape. As you tune in, gather something to eat, something to drink, because we're going in. I'm going to take you on a journey. Everything that I'm going to say here is undeniable truth that cannot be denied. I specialize in breaking things down. There's no escape. For everybody that's in the chat, if I see any names dropped, you will be banned from the chat forever. So, if you are in this chat, you have been warned. I don't care who you are, how long you supported, none of that stuff mean nothing right now. This is business. This is very serious. Any names dropped in my chat, any initials of any names, you will be blocked, banned completely. So don't even be slick. Well, I'm gonna type this and that. No, you're gonna be blocked, banned. So if I don't catch it, I'll catch it on the replay and I'll just block you and ban you from the channel. Now, we're not playing any games here because I realize what's going on. And enough is enough. I'm in these YouTube streets walking around. You have this struggle streaming attorney. That's what we would call him. The struggle streaming attorney. This guy is clout chasing to the max. And he's blowing a lot of hot air out there. He's supposedly supposed to be a personal injury alleged attorney. I think he needs to represent himself because his pride is injured. Give it up, bro. Your friend is dead. He's not coming back. The things that you're saying on social media, fam, you don't realize what you're doing to yourself. Your credibility, you ain't even have none, but it's going downhill because a lot of people looking at you and they're saying to themselves, if Kevin was here, he wouldn't be doing none of the things you talking about. You and your pride. You have a big ego. You know what that means? The Most High Yah, he's going to pay you a visit. Mark my words. The Most High is going to pay you a visit. And he is going to give you a reality check on dealing with that ego of yours. Oh, he know your heart. He know your motives is greed. And he got a special treat for you. Trust and believe. The way he's going to deal with you, man, it's going to be great. You see, your boy Kevin, oh, he already done met his maker. You're next. The Most High gonna deal with you. Keep it up. See, you're supposed to be a friend, but that's not what I see. I see somebody that's full of greed. I see somebody that's very ambitious on trying to take the spot that Kevin Samuels hold. That spot is vacant. It's for no one. Anybody that go in that spot is cursed. I already done told you already. Anyone that go into that spot trying to be the next Kevin Samuels is going to be cursed with a curse. Because the Most High took him off his so-called throne. He's no longer your godfather. Remember, he said that he's going to hell. And that those who are his supporters, that you're coming with him. Right? So now, what we're going to be dealing with is the undeniable truth on what's really going on. Because there is a cover-up. And the enemy is upset about that. So you got this guy who is a struggle rapper, a struggle streaming attorney. He don't got no cases to work on. Seems like the only one that's injured is his heart. I mean, even Kevin Samuels laughing at this one. Like, you got a lot of time on your hands, fam. A lot of time. But see, I'm gonna ask the questions and speak on the issues that people actually want to hear. You see, I know who you are. Remember in that video you made, you talked about how Kevin Samuels taught you about the algorithm, about the chicken sandwich, and how Kevin told you that the reason why people were coming to his platform all the time was because he was providing that special chicken sandwich. See, that's what you're doing. You got to keep Kevin Samuels' name in your mouth, because if you don't, you're not going to get any views. Let's face it, Mr. Struggle Streamer. You're not a content creator. You have no originality. You don't even produce content. Why are you here? Nobody's going to listen to you. You're not Kevin Samuels. You cannot serve the same chicken sandwich that he was using. That's why every single post you make is regards to Kevin Samuels. Because you're trying to serve chicken nuggets in hopes that it's going to keep people coming in. And that's why your views went up. Not because you're a content creator. No. Not because you produce content that people want to hear. You're just trying to sound like the big bad wolf. Throwing out all of these threats. Do you really know law? Because I'm listening to the struggle streaming attorney with no cases. And I'm like, if Kevin was here, you wouldn't even be able to speak. Because you know you were Kevin Samuels' little boy. Remember that picture with the 4 horsemen? You were on the side looking all crazy looking. Kevin Samuel was your boss. You're one of his employees. You're not a shot caller. I'm sorry, even he's laughing at you. You're not a shot caller. Do you understand me? If Kevin Samuels was here, he would tell you sit down. You talk too much. That's the problem. You're talking too much. Remember what your girl said? You kill one, 1,000 will rise. Do you realize, you're breaking all the rules? You don't supposed to respond to the detractors and critics. You're making yourself guilty, man. But I got something for you. I want you all to pay attention. Again, shout out to everybody that's coming in. Again, get something to eat. I know you're here for what I gotta say. And trust me, it's gonna raise all of your antennas. Now, there are 3 things we're gonna be talking about. 3 things. And again, shout out to all the brothers on the highways and byways that speak the truth, all the content creators that are on the case. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna really mess up your religion. 3 things. We're gonna talk about the police report. Y'all remember the original police report? And for those who don't know about the police report, let me give you the actual number so that as I go through this, you can actually get it and follow along. If you just go into Google and just type in the Google search case number symbol 221250343, it'll bring up the PDF file of the actual police report. I suggest you get that and actually store it in your records so that you can have the record of exactly what took place. Now, we're going to be dealing with that particular police report. We're going to also be dealing with some information from the struggle streaming attorney regarding the woman that Kevin Samuels was with. You see, as a struggle streaming attorney, you talk too much. I'm beginning to doubt that you're an actual attorney. Because a real attorney would know how to keep another man's business that's supposed to be private. You would keep that offline. But you were running at that mouth. And that's going to cause you a lot of problems now. Because the people are going to begin to question you. I suggest all of you so-called Kevin Samuel fans, because I'm not a fan of Kevin Samuels. I'm one of his greatest critics and detractors, right? So now, I'm one who always spoke against Kevin Samuels. I've always challenged his talking points. I've always questioned his belief system. So now it's interesting that I'm the one who's trying to solve the case to bring to justice who may be involved. This particular issue with Kevin Samuels is very, very serious. And a lot of people are trying to brush it under the rug. It's like they don't want no one to question nothing, and they want to hide something. So we're going to be dealing with the police report. We're going to be dealing with the struggle streamer's testimony, and we're going to also deal with the 911 phone call, because there are a lot of issues at hand that I am seeing. I kind of took a break from the morning to kind of just relax, to think and get my mind right, so that when I come on live, I'm able to present my case like an attorney should. Because we know that these people that are claiming to be Kevin Samuels' friends, they're not really his friends. They were his associates. They were not his friends. Friend is a very serious word. Friend is a covenant word. For someone to be your friend, they're like a brother. That type of person will lay their life down for you. These guys would not do that. You understand? Most of these so-called friends of Kevin Samuels never met the man in real life. How you his friend, but you never met him in real life? That don't make any sense. That's like saying a woman is your girl, but you never met her in real life. It's not making any sense. So it's interesting that out of all people on YouTube, these so-called friends of Kevin Samuels is very scared. They're afraid of us. Why? What have y'all covered up? What's really going on? Who do you know? We have questions for you. Why no one's talking about the woman that was in that apartment? Why is she being covered up? Why is this alleged struggle streaming attorney, struggle rapper, why he's hiding details, and why he have a story that's different from the police report? The police report says, and I'm reading it here, it says that she met Mr. Samuels last night. So when Mr. Samuels passed away, because that was in the morning, she met him at night. And based on the testimony, that was her first time in his apartment. But according to the struggle streaming attorney, he had some other things to say. In other words, the struggle streaming attorney talked about how Kevin Samuels exchanged text messages with him and somehow sent him a photo of this particular woman. Now, my question to the struggle streaming attorney is, why would you put Kevin Samuels' personal business that you say is supposed to be private in the public? But you want to talk about who you suing? Kevin Samuels didn't tell us about that. So why are you telling us about text messages that's supposed to be private, but you're airing it out? Do you think Kevin Samuels will be happy with you doing that? You don't sound like a friend. I don't think you're a friend. Sound like a snake. You sound like somebody that when you were around Kevin Samuels and he took you under his wing and he started to show you from the mountaintop all of the great riches and the fame and the money-making opportunities, and you saw an opportunity yourself. And now that he's gone, you're not interested in how he passed away. Oh no, that's not on your mind. What's on your mind is suing people. What's on your mind is making post after 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 post. You're not trying to solve the case. You don't care. And you know what's even more funny, ladies and gentlemen? This struggle streaming attorney said something along the lines, and I quote, I'm paraphrasing. He said that Kevin Samuels' biological mother didn't even know that her son was famous. He also said that Kevin Samuels' biological daughter didn't even know that her father was famous. So I guess none of them have YouTube. They really didn't know that, right? Guy, you really got to get your story together. You really have to, like, I don't know if you have a PR person. I really don't know if you do. I don't know. You need to hire one, because to say that his mom didn't know he was famous and his daughter didn't know he was famous is to say that Kevin Samuels was not even in their life. It's basically saying that Kevin Samuels didn't do anything for his own family. You need to choose your words wisely, because if I'm in my family's life, they're gonna know who I am. And if they have social media, they're gonna know who I am. You're making a lot of mistakes. I don't think Kevin Samuels will be happy to know that you are causing more questions. Are you really serious that you're gonna tell us that his own family don't even know that he's famous? Yeah, he said that, people. Now, again, if I see anybody in the chat dropping anybody names, you will be banned and blocked from my channel forever. No forgiveness. Don't even DM me. So, and also, if anybody did drop a name, then I need for y'all to call that person out so I can ban them. Because I am very serious. I'm not playing games. Because, see, I know how to move in these YouTube streets. See, the struggle streaming attorney, he's upset. You know what he's upset for? He's mad that his picture is not in my video. He's mad that I don't even call out his name. It's burning him up, because the plan was for me to be doing all of that. But see, no promotion, fam. I'm not giving you no promotion. Everybody know who I'm talking about. That's the beauty of social media. So if you in your feelings, then you know what that says? That says that you guilty. Because how do you know I'm talking about you if I didn't mention your name? How can you say, he's talking about me? He ain't say your name. His picture is not in your video. And even if your picture was in my video, and even if I called your name, if you're an attorney, you understand the fair use doctrine, don't you? Mr. Attorney, you do understand that as a content creator, there is such thing as fair use. Proof to the pudding. On your own platform, you used a news report from your buddy, and you put in the title fair use. So it's interesting to me that you are able to use fair use, showing another man's likeness and image, but you're on your platform talking about if somebody used your photo or your name and your likeness to email you. Are you sure you're an attorney? Did you see the disclaimer at the beginning of my video? What's that other attorney name? And don't you put it in the chat because you'll be blocked. Y'all all know who I'm talking about. Kevin Samuels Group. To you, Mr. Other Attorney, you better go talk to your boy over there. Give him a little law lesson and make him understand, because he's supposed to be a personal injury attorney. He's not a so-called attorney that deals with these other issues. He don't know what he's talking about. Are you sure you hang with Kevin Samuels? Because I don't think so. I don't think you did. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, enough of the theatrics, even though we're going to have a lot of that in here. Right? Right? Now, this particular struggle streaming attorney exposed a lot of information. We're going to get into that. But what we're going to get into is the details of the 911 call. Now, these are my personal beliefs. I believe that the woman that was with Kevin Samuels need to be held accountable for basically failing to save Kevin Samuels' life. I believe that she need to be brought up on charges, prosecuted for murder, because she failed to follow proper instructions. She failed to perform what is alleged to be her duties as a nurse. This woman, who is being protected, publicly stated on a phone call that it's a public record that she is a nurse. By her admission, privacy is over. How I'm doing so far, Mr. Attorney? See, I'm anointed by the Most High Yah, which means he can give me the spirit of an attorney. That woman is not private anymore, because she made it clear that she is a nurse. Now that's public record. Why did she say that? I don't know why, but we're going to get into that a little later on, because I got a lot to talk about. We're going to break this thing down. This is a court case, and you're on trial because you're supposed to be his friend, remember? You took that responsibility. The 911 call, it shares a lot of information. And the reason why I believe that this particular woman needs to be charged with murder is based on the evidence at hand. Because as a nurse, as an alleged nurse, she failed to do what she needed to do. The so-called phone call was about 16 minutes long. 16 minutes. Which means she neglected to perform not only CPR, because based on that recording, that woman was not performing CPR. No, she wasn't. It got so bad that the operator in their training recognized that there's a possibility that she don't know how to perform CPR. They had to try to instruct her on how to do it. Do you understand me? I hope nobody ain't dropping no names in my chat, because I'm already done told you already. If you do that and I find out, you blocked forever. And no matter how much you come DM me, yo, Ringo, I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't want to hear nothing. Matter of fact, you banned for life. Like, you can't even talk to me again. Never. That's how strict I am. I don't play. Once somebody crossed me the wrong way, it's over. Ain't no forgiveness. I don't believe in none of that turning the other cheek nonsense. No, it's a wrap. Because I don't trust people. You understand? Because people are evil. That's just the nature of man. If you ain't following the Most High and you ain't in line with the truth, you evil, as far as I'm concerned. You understand? So now this woman is being protected by these alleged attorneys who are claiming that people on social media are harassing them. And I'm like, how are we harassing someone that was in an apartment where a man died? A man that you claim is your friend. Do you know this woman, Mr. Struggle Streaming Attorney? Do you know her personally? Do you know her personally, Mr. Struggle Streaming Attorney? Have you been acquainted with her? Have you been around her face to face? Because for a struggle streaming attorney to come on a public platform and try to put the battery in a woman's back by saying, you need to sue this and sue that and sue all these people who accuse you and all, that's rather suspect. You supposed to be grieving your friend, but you online all day making posts. Are you sure you're his friend? Seem like you worried about money more than your friend. What's motivating you? Oh, I know what. You said you're gonna start a new business. Your new business is suing content creators. So you're not gonna be making content that people can actually watch. Your business and ambition is trying to go after content creators because you're trying to clean up these YouTube streets. Do you realize that your reputation is destroyed already? Do you realize that you sound like a madman? You're cleaning up these streets from people exercising their freedom of speech. So let me get this straight. Kevin Samuels can berate black women, bash them, call them Big Shirley, put them on camera, have them posted all over the web for everyone's humor and laughter, and he's okay? But let me get this straight. If another content creator use your photo, your name, oh, you gotta sue them. Do you see how you look? You look petty because you're hurt. Again, the Most High gonna deal with you, brother. Trust and believe. Because your pride goeth before the fall. That's right. Yes, indeed. Pride goeth before the fall. Now, let's get into the 911 phone call. We're going to break this call down. We heard the other one, but now I have the full phone call. The full phone call. So now we're going to hear everything in its sequence, and we're going to break it down. I'm going to prove and show you that the so-called nurse was negligent. She didn't care about Kevin Samuels. She didn't care about what the dispatchers was telling her. They were giving her instructions. She failed to do all of them. She basically neglected Kevin Samuels, which resulted in his death. And she needs to be liable for damages. And I suggest that the alleged mother of Kevin Samuels, you need to sue that woman, not only the woman, but the entire hospital in which she's employed with. Why? Because she publicly made it clear that she is a nurse, which means she is now under the occupation of nurse, not private, public. And she failed in providing aid to your son. Because if I bring my car to an auto mechanic dealer to get some repairs, and their job is to repair my car, and while my car is there, I begin to take off the nuts and bolts off of the tires and take the nuts and bolts off of this, guess what I did? I just voided whatever liability can come to me because I tampered with the car. I brought the car into the shop, but I didn't allow the professionals to handle the business. See, the woman should have just called the authorities, the fire department, the medics, and have them do their job. But she assumed the role, which means she is now liable for what happens because now Kevin Samuels is in her care. So when she identified herself as a nurse, the people who are on the dispatch would assume that if she is a nurse, she should know how to properly perform CPR. But based on the call, it was very clear that she didn't know what she was doing. And she was not so-called fit, friendly, or cooperative. Make sure you get them likes up on the video, fam. We slow barbecuing them in a very intellectual way. But now let's get it with that call because you waited long enough. Let's get to that 911 call. Y'all ready for this? Everybody ready for this? Let's go. Y'all ready? Again, if you are in the chat, if I see anybody dropping any content creator names, you will be blocked. Don't drop nobody names. We speak in code over here. Because we know they're all watching, mad at the truth. See, we follow all guidelines because I'm a professional at what I do. Now, let's get into this 911 call and find out exactly what's going on, shall we? Let's go.
911 operator 7910, what is the address of your emergency?
Hi, please, I really need some help.
Okay, hello ma'am. Take a deep breath, and what's the address that you're...
Notice the phone call starts off with her panicking, going crazy, not being cooperative, nervous, just wasting a lot of time. Remember, Kevin Samuel's supposed to be unresponsive, dealing with some sort of issue that he's going through that we are all unaware of because we haven't got back the results of his condition and what was the cause of death and so forth. But this woman that was in his company, right, rather than her be a professional and actually cooperate with the dispatch folks and give them the proper information needed in a timely manner, right, time was being wasted. You understand? Every second count when someone is out. Every second counts. Every nurse supposed to know that. Every professional supposed to know that. Do you understand? It's common knowledge. It's common knowledge, right? Now, let's get back into this. We're going to roll it back to the top. Let's go. Let's go.
911 operator 7910. What is the address of your emergency?
Hi, please, I really need some help.
Okay. Hello, ma'am. Take a deep breath. And what's the address that you're at?
I'm not sure. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
She said she's not sure at first. She said she's not sure.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get you together. Oh my God. Hold on.
Okay.
Notice the time is going by. This is supposed to be a nurse that's in Kevin Samuel's apartment, but for whatever reason, she don't know what the address is right away. You're on a phone calling for help. As a nurse, you're supposed to know that you're supposed to have all that information at hand. Let's get back into this now.
You need to come too.
She told the dispatch lady that she needs to come too. You can't make this up, people. She just told the dispatch woman that she needs to come too. Now, why would she tell the woman that she's calling that woman needs to put down her headphones and move from her post to come to that house too? You can't make this up, people. You cannot make this up. She's telling the dispatch lady she needs to come too. I don't know if you heard that, but we're going to rewind it back.
It's an apartment.
Okay, what's the apartment?
Please, just come past. It's Kevin Samuel. You need to come.
Ma'am, take a deep breath.
We're going to rewind it back.
911 operator 7910. What is the address of your emergency?
Hi, please, I really need some help.
Okay. Hello, ma'am. Take a deep breath. And what's the address that you're at?
I'm not sure. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get you together. Oh my God. Hold on.
Okay.
You need to come too.
She says she needs to come too. You heard that? Why would she tell her she needs to come too? Does that make any sense? See, there's a lot of questions that come to play when it comes to this audio. Part of me says that the whole thing is fabricated. Like the whole thing is just like one big fabrication. But besides that, even though I believe the whole thing is a fabrication, we're going to look at it as if though it's an authentic call. Because in this world, you really can't trust anything. But we're going to go along with it. She starts off being super nervous, super scared, not cooperative, out of control, not given the information that is needed. Then she tells the dispatch person that she needs to come to the house too. Let's go.
It's the residence. It's please just come past. It's Kevin Samuel. You need to come.
Ma'am.
Notice she says it's Kevin Samuel, so you need to come fast. How could they come fast if you didn't give them no information? How could they come fast if you didn't give them no information? Again, people, the man is most likely on the floor suffering. This is supposed to be a woman that's in his company, but she's wasting a lot of time. Every second counts when it comes to emergencies, people. Let's go.
Deep breath. 731. What is the street name?
It is 29 Road North.
Notice she gave the address. Now, remember in the other video clip, the other audio that we played, it appeared that she didn't know nothing. But in this particular audio, we noticed that she gave them the address. So she knew the address now. Let's go.
Okay, is this a house or an apartment?
Oh my God, I don't fucking know. It's Kevin.
Notice the dispatch lady asked her, is this a house or an apartment? She said she don't know. Again, every second counts. Remember, Kevin Samuels is out on the floor. All his fans on YouTube waiting for him to upload another video. This woman is in his company. Dispatcher's like, look, we need the information. She's like, I don't know. Why she don't know? Why is she stalling? She know the address, right? But she don't know if they're in a house or an apartment. She don't know that. Keep in mind, this is very serious, people. I'm adding humor because, you know what I'm saying, to lighten it up a little bit, fam. But I want you to see the significance on how she is responsible. But everybody's acting like she's good to go. And before we even get into all the other details, I'm going to say something right now that's going to blow up the whole YouTube streets. Why? Listen to me very carefully. Why that woman didn't call Kevin Samuels' mom and tell her that her son died. Talk to me. Mr. Struggle Streaming Attorney, talk to me. You were in your video praising her. You were in your video talking very highly of her. Well, if that's the case, brother, why? Why that woman? Right after she left his residence. Why she didn't get up on the phone and call Kevin Samuels' family? Let them know that he passed away. Because the report says that the mom allegedly found out about her son passing away from social media. Stop the music. But if she found out about her son from social media, we would have to ask Kevin Samuels' friends why they were able to go live talking about rumors. How is it that Kevin Samuels' friends on social media were able to get this information to put it out there? Who told them about that? How did they find this out? The man just passed away. Who notified them to tell them that this man passed away? These type of things have to make you question what is going on, who's behind this, and who is in cahoots with how this man expired. Because it wasn't me who started talking about any rumor. It was Kevin Samuels' own so-called alleged friends. They were the ones that were on social media talking about he passed away and this and that, and they all went live. Everybody was live. Did anybody call Kevin Samuels' mom? Not one person. You know why? Because none of you are his friend. Because if you were really his friend, you would know his family. None of y'all was his friend. Y'all saying y'all his friend now because the man is dead. But none of y'all was his friend. None of y'all. Y'all were just associates. And to think that he actually trusted you. And look at how y'all doing him. What a shame. This is sad. But this is what goes on in these YouTube streets. See, here on this platform, we specialize in making sense of things that they want to hide from you. Let's get back to the call, because I got ahead of myself. But I did that on purpose, to let them realize that I'm not dumb. I'm not asleep. I know what's going on. This is very serious, man. Let's go.
You don't know if it's the house or apartment?
Wow.
Oh, it's an apartment.
Okay, what's the apartment number?
I know. I just need to give him CPR. Just please, just ask for
You need an ambulance?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Okay, listen, hold on. Let me connect you with the ambulance. Do not hang up.
Listen. Are you listening?
Hold on, ma'am. I have to connect you with the ambulance.
Notice how she's not cooperative. She keep disrupting them. She keep on making noise. She's nervous. This is not becoming of a nurse that has training. Let's go.
It's Kevin fucking Samuels.
I understand, but I have to connect you with the ambulance.
Are you okay?
Yeah, miss. What's the address of your emergency?
Hey, God, you said Atlanta is going to be 297.
Now notice something here. You saw how she just flipped out and cursed, right? Did the operators and those people deserve all of that? Now remember, Kevin Samuels always talked about how you need a woman that's fit, friendly, and cooperative, right? Okay. Was that woman friendly and cooperative? Right? She wasn't friendly and cooperative at all. She was being disruptive, right? A nuisance. And again, time is passing by. Again, that phone call is 16 minutes long. 16 minutes. That's a long time. And she wasted a lot of time, man. Let's go.
East Texas Ferry Road, Northeast.
Hello, ma'am. Is this a house, apartment, or a business?
It's an apartment. Please, it's the resident.
What's the apartment number?
I don't know. He just asked if it's Kevin Samuels. It's up, and I think I'm not sure what it is, but just he's not breathing. I'm trying to give him CPR, and he's breathing now, but I think he has a regular.
Listen, that woman was not giving him CPR, man. I don't want to hear nothing about CPR. You cannot be giving somebody CPR with a phone in your hand. Let's just stop all of this nonsense, fam. Like, y'all really got to get these stories together, fam. There is no way you giving CPR, counting and doing that rhythm. There is no way you're doing that while running your mouth with the dispatchers. You were not giving no one CPR, and that's why that man passed away, fam. I don't want to hear anything. Y'all can cover up, hide, act as if though, she was doing CPR while she's frantically out of her mind. No, because when you're doing CPR, it's a constant rhythm. It's a rhythm that you have to keep doing. You can't be all sporadically doing it. You have to do it according to training. She was not doing that, fam. She was just sitting by, nervous because something else went on, allegedly. Let's go.
The rhythm. Please, hurry. I'm a nurse, but I'm trying to...
Why are you telling everybody you're a nurse? Right there, you just exposed yourself now. Because nobody would know you're a nurse. You told everybody you're a nurse. And you know why you did that? Because you want those people to believe and assume that you're actually giving him aid. You're rendering aid to a man that's down. That's what you want them to believe. And now people are assuming that you were giving him CPR, but we were not there. So how do we know you really were giving him CPR? We don't know that. But guess what? Even though we weren't there, we know you weren't, because there's no way you could be doing CPR and doing the actual rhythm according to the training given if you're running your mouth. There's no way you were doing it. So don't lie. Now, we all know they're trying to cover this up. But to Kevin Samuels' alleged mother, because it is also being said in these streets that Kevin Samuels said allegedly that his mom already passed away. So how is it that she's alive? See, these stories are all over the place, fam. So if Kevin Samuels' mom is actually alive, because technically, if Kevin Samuels, see, we don't even know his actual age, because one minute they say he's 53, then they say he's 57, then they say he's 56. Well, if he's that age, then his mom would have to be possibly in her 80s. So you're telling me that an 80-plus-year-old woman allegedly was on social media and found out that her son died? This is not making any sense. It's really not. So, Mr. Struggle Streaming Attorney, you have a lot of explaining to do. A lot. Because you're doing a lot of talking. A lot of talking. And I want to know, how is it that Kevin Samuels' mom allegedly learned that her son, right, in whom she didn't know was famous, according to your words, and we got the audio and we also got the transcript, that you said today that Kevin Samuels' mother and his daughter didn't know that he was famous. Those are your words, Mr. Struggle Streaming Attorney. That's what you said. Under the court of public opinion. See, here's the thing, Mr. Attorney. You may be a so-called attorney, but in these YouTube streets, the court of public opinion, ooh, you don't want to go into that realm, fam. Because right now, there is a court case, and you're on trial. You're on trial, buddy, because you said that Kevin Samuels' mother and his daughter didn't know that he was famous. Really? With the whole average at best video? They didn't know? Because see, here's the problem, Mr. Struggle Streaming Attorney, struggle rapper. Right? To say that Kevin Samuels' family didn't know that he was famous is to say publicly that Kevin Samuels didn't do nothing for his family financially. Do you see what you did? Do you see what you did? Now everybody gonna talk about it now because you said that. Now everybody gonna be saying, now that's why this is so-and-so. That's why he didn't do that. That's why he never paid that. How could his own mother and daughter not know he was famous? You sound ridiculous. That's like people going around making this false story that he died broke with $1,000 in the bank. Now, we all know that's a lie. Because if you get 1 million views on one video, that's a bag right there. So we know he was not broke. But that's how you're making it seem. You're making it seem that his family didn't know that he was famous. That's to imply that he was not even in their life. Because if he was in their life, they would know everything that he's doing. You messed up, sir. You messed up bad. You messed up. And it don't make no sense you try to remove that video. Don't do it. We already got it. We already have everything already. I have a file already. We have it documented. Because those will be used for the case. You see, you're not really that smart. You should have followed Kevin Samuels' teachings. He told you, don't respond to the distractors, the so-called haters, if you want to call them that, or people that have disagreements. Just don't even utter their names. Don't give them nothing. Just focus on the vision. But you're not focused on that. If you are really Kevin Samuels' friend, right? Why are you focused on people that are talking about him, you, and others? Why are you doing that? Why are you talking about suing every minute? You have some nerve to be talking about suing when you're supposed to be focusing on the family. Do you realize how you sound? Your intentions is all mixed up. You sound greedy. And the Most High is going to deal with you, sir. The Most High is definitely going to pay you a visit because you're full of pride. Listen, I understand that you're struggling to get a case. I understand that you're struggling because the only one injured here is you. Your heart and your pride and ego has been shattered ever since your friend died. I get it. But to be talking about suing people because they exercise their freedom of speech, they exercise the fair use doctrine, it just shows that you're a man of low character. You're not a high value man. You're pathetic. And I mean that sincerely. You're a horrible person. And I know Kevin Samuels is literally flipping in his mind wherever he's at to think that this is the representation that he have after he passed away. None of his friends are speaking on his behalf. I'm his greatest critic. And yet I'm here along with other brothers that are putting out truth to try to solve this case. And all you worrying about is going after people trying to make money. Sir, you're not going to be successful with none of that. None of that. You're a horrible person. Do you realize that? Go look at your comment section. You got people in there that can see your fruits. The tree is known by his fruits. Your fruit is rotten. You're a horrible person. You're supposed to be focused on the family, but we know deep down inside you really don't care. You're just trying to see what you can capitalize off of. You're clout chasing to the max. You want to be where Kevin was. That's what it is, right? That's what it is. You want to be where Kevin was. Yeah. You're not going to get there. It's not going to happen. You see, you have a lot to learn about being a content creator. You got to put in the work. And that's something that you can't do because you really don't have anything to talk about because your friend is gone. So the only thing you're going to talk about is things to try to make the crowd look at you to give you some sort of pat on the back. A month from now, nobody going to be talking about you. You will be forgotten. You know why? Because you're really not built for this. You were just trying to ride the wave of your friend. Yeah. All those subscribers you're gaining, that don't mean anything. After a while, they're going to leave because they're going to realize that you're not Kevin Samuels. You're just a guy that is clout chasing rather than trying to solve a crime that happened. Why are you protecting this woman? Who is she to you? See, I'm asking the real questions. Where do you know her from? Because we got the transcripts. We're going to get to them shortly. But I need to make sure that you understand a few things. See, I know you're viewing. I know all of your fellow comrades are viewing. And I'm glad they are. Because I need to make the public aware of who you are. If you're a Kevin Samuels follower, supporter, don't be following this particular guy, this so-called struggle streaming attorney. Don't follow that particular guy. He's not a good man. He's out here trying his best to capitalize off of Kevin Samuels, and it's rather disgusting, to say the least. It's a horrible place to be. But let's get back to that phone call. Let's get back into that.
You are?
Yes, ma'am, thank you. We need to know exactly what apartment number to go to.
I don't know. It's the front desk.
She says she don't know the apartment number for them to ask the front desk. Again, time is being wasted. Kevin Samuels is on the floor. He needs help. They asked her what's the apartment number. She told them go ask the front desk when all she have to do is open the front door and check the apartment number. You see that? All she had to do is open the apartment door and check the number. But she didn't do that. That's called neglect. So to Kevin Samuels' alleged mother, I need for you to understand that this woman, who is supposed to be an alleged nurse, was not following instructions that was given to her that could have possibly saved your son's life. That's right. See, this is why they don't like me. Because I'm logical, I speak the truth, it's clear to understand, and I bring forth the evidence. I make sense of all these things. Now, let's get back into this.
What's that phone number you're calling us from, ma'am? Is he awake?
No, he has an irregular rhythm. I can feel it. He's breathing in and out, but he has an irregular rhythm. It's probably his heart. So I need you to get here with the fucking...
Notice all of this time is being wasted, fam. Notice all the time that's being wasted. She's busy talking about he have a regular heartbeat. He have a regular this and that. Time is being wasted. Again, this is a 16-minute phone call. Every minute and second counts. If she would have just gave them all the information needed, they would be able to send out whoever needs to go there to render aid to possibly save his life. So to all of Kevin Samuels fans, y'all need to know and recognize what's going on, because his so-called friends are hiding this information. They're not even talking about it. They won't even address the 911 call. They just left it alone. Why? Why they left it alone? Why they're not talking about it? Why they're upset with other content creators? Why is Kevin Samuels' defense force, why are they so concerned with content creators and bloggers? Why? I'll tell you why. Because we're cracking the case. We're making sense out of this. Someone is guilty. Not only someone, multiple people. If the feds are watching this video, you need to look into this matter. There's some foul play. Gather the evidence. You guys know how to do what y'all do. Foul play was definitely at hand, because we have a woman who's supposed to be a nurse, but she was not rendering aid the way she need to. She wasn't following instructions the way she need to. She didn't go to the door to let the people know the number. All while this particular man was on the floor. Think about that. You see? So to all the investigators out there, all of the professionals that may be looking into this particular matter, the people that may be doing the what is it called? Toxicology. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. The autopsy and all of those different things. If you may have found whatever in his system or whatever the situation is, you need to also look at the woman that was at the house to investigate her, to find out what was going on. You need to check the cameras in the apartment complex. You need to also check the cameras for at least a week back, because these particular cameras can record a few days back. Some cameras do, some cameras can't. But you need to check this, and also check adjoining cameras around the neighborhood to capture license plates and any other potential evidence that may be involved, to see who actually was coming in and out of that apartment. Because this is a case. This case cannot just be closed. Somebody's pretty much guilty. There's something's going on here. You know, you have alleged friends that are literally hiding, and they're not really speaking on different issues. And I don't understand this. This is crazy, man. Oh, I said it right? Okay. Yeah, so they got those particular tests that they got to do. And you need to check in with this particular woman to find out, who is she? Is she kinfolk to any of these so-called content creators? Is she a cousin? Or, you never know. We need to find this out. Because if it turns out that the woman that was in his house is connected to any of these content creators as a sibling, a relative, then that opens up another can of worms. That's right. So I need for y'all to check that out. Let's get back into this.
One moment, ma'am. Elaine, I'm operator 936. This requesting fire and PD for 9 Echo 1. 9 Echo 1.
Hurry, getting blue.
Okay. I'm 7, man, hold on. I'm 7910.
Notice, he's getting blue, she said, which is kind of crazy that he would turn blue that fast. That's interesting, right? That means he would have had to been out for a minute. Long time. Let it make sense. Notice she didn't give them no apartment number yet. Time is being wasted. You see that? That's negligence. She could have rendered aid given the proper information to help save him. But it's almost as if though she was just sitting back. Now, keep in mind, people are assuming that she's continually giving CPR. She's not giving CPR. You cannot give CPR and be on the phone at the same time. She have that phone in her hand. That phone is not on speaker. Do you understand me? It's not. Because if it was, you would hear the sound effects of her rendering aid. See, I'm not an idiot. I'm not dumb. When you're rendering aid, you'll hear the sound effects, clothing. You'll even hear Kevin Samuels himself. So save all the BS about her giving CPR. I'm not buying that.
Oh my God.
Okay, ma'am, we have help en route. We have fire and EMS around, but we need to know that apartment number, ma'am. It's going to take longer if we have to ask the front desk, ma'am. We need to know what
I'm
apartment
not
number
going to
you're
stop
in.
giving, you just asked the front desk. I'm not going to stop giving him CPR. Just ask him for a fucking desk.
Yo, fam, she just said she's not gonna stop giving him CPR. They asking her for the apartment number. She said, I'm not gonna stop. Ask the front desk. That's what she said. So to all you Kevin Samuel fans that hate his critics, all you Kevin Samuel fans that don't like people like me that make reaction videos about him, criticizing him, coming against what he believes, exposing him, you're mad with me. But you're not mad with a woman that just told the dispatcher, I'm not gonna stop doing CPR to go give you the apartment number. I'm not doing that. Up to now, they don't got the information to send the people to the house. She told them to call the desk. So that how could they call the desk without the number? You can't make this up, people. Yeah, she's guilty about something, fam. Something is going on in that house. And this is why I'm saying publicly, investigators need to investigate that woman. She need to be held accountable. And Kevin Samuels' mom need to push for an investigation to find out what that woman know and why she didn't call you, Miss Samuels, why she didn't call you to tell you that your son died. Why? Because on the phone call, she was telling Kevin Samuels, think about your mother, think about your daughter. Really? And some people may say, well, maybe she didn't know. Oh, really? That's what we're going to say now? Uh-oh. You don't want to do that because according to the struggle streaming attorney, he talked about how Kevin Samuels exchanged text messages with him and how Kevin Samuels sent him a picture of the woman that's in that house. Now, if that's so, then the police report is a lie where it says that she met him last night. Y'all got to get your stories together because this ain't looking good. Again, the narrative of the police report says that she met Mr. Samuels last night, came to his apartment, and spent the night with him, right? It says that early morning, Mr. Samuels complained of chest pain, and she attempted to help him, but he fell on top of her and proceeded to notify 911. So Kevin Samuels, according to the narrative of the police report, that morning felt particular chest pain and decided, to let her know I'm feeling chest pain. And he fell on top of her. Now, in order for someone to fall on top of somebody, you have to be laying down. So it's very clear what that looks like. I think we can all picture what was going on. And he fell on top of her. Now, at that moment, why didn't she just get on the phone, have a clear mind, give the address, apartment number? Remember, she's supposed to be a nurse, so she's supposed to know these things. This is common knowledge. When you call for help, you're supposed to give them the information that's needed. Address, cross streets, your phone number, apartment number, any other pertinent information that can help the emergency personnel to reach you as soon as possible. Also by keeping your door open so that when they come up, they don't gotta knock the door. They could just walk right in. You understand? Or you could even have somebody downstairs so that they could come up with them. She didn't do none of that. Let's go.
But man, that's gonna delay response if we're trying to ask you exactly where he is. We don't know.
Notice they said it's gonna delay a response if we don't know exactly where he is. And she's like, what is all of the theatrics for? What is going on? Why she didn't give them what they needed? Notice the time is just going by. Every second counts. Did this woman want him to live? Because she wasn't giving them no information. The dispatch is saying, look, I need the information. It's going to delay emergency crews from getting there. Up to now, she didn't give them the information that's needed. Let's go.
You called the front desk, at least?
No, I called you.
Ma'am, take a deep breath.
I am taking a deep breath. I'm a fucking nurse.
Okay, ma'am.
She said she is taking a deep breath because she's an effing nurse. That's what she said, fam. She said she did take a deep breath because she's an effing nurse. Is that woman fit, friendly, and cooperative? Is she? Is she fit, friendly, and cooperative? I think not. She was giving those dispatchers a hard time, fam. Up to now, they don't have the information needed to help Kevin Samuels. So to all you Kevin Samuels fans that are flocking over there to the so-called struggle streaming attorney, I'm doing more for Kevin Samuels in his death than his so-called friends are right now. And I'm one of his detractors. I'm one of his alleged so-called haters, right? Would a hater go out of their way to try to solve a case? Would a hater go through their way trying to hold people accountable? No, because I'm not a hater. I'm a content creator. But his so-called friends are hiding, and they're not even talking about this. That's a problem. Let's go.
Calm down, and could you go to the front door and look at the door number?
Notice, she said, could you go to the front door and look at the number? That's all she have to do. Listen to what she say.
No, because when I'm stopping to get on CPR, you need that.
Do you see what she just did, fam? She said, no, I'm not going to stop because I'm giving him CPR. That woman was not giving him CPR. That woman wasn't giving him CPR. You're supposed to follow the instructions of the dispatchers. They're trained. They already done know what need. We need the information so we can send the help there. You're holding us back. So the question is, was she really trying to save Kevin Samuels? Because she told these people no multiple times. No, I'm not checking. No, call the desk downstairs. No, I'm not going to go to the door to give you the apartment number. It's like you didn't want nobody to come there. It's like, it's almost as if though while Kevin Samuels is on the floor, he's still alive and she's waiting for him to die. That's crazy, right? But that's how it allegedly looked. It looked that way because she's not giving them the information that they need. This is crazy, man. This is really crazy.
Come on. It's okay. Come on. You got it. Come on. Come on.
She's acting like she's giving him CPR. Because up to now, she didn't give them the information, fam. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, up to now, she did not give them the apartment number. So while everybody is saying RIP, while everybody is saying it's so sad, why nobody is questioning the fact that this woman neglected Kevin Samuels in his death, neglected to provide the information to the dispatchers, and actually ignored everything and was uncooperative and was not friendly? And she said that she's a nurse. To Kevin Samuels' mom. Think about what was just done. Your son could have been saved. But based on the audio, she denied your son multiple times. She denied your son multiple times. Yes, she was very unprofessional, very unprofessional. This is why I said that she needed to be held accountable. She needed to be held accountable and possibly charged just for pure neglect. Pure neglect. Imagine the president is in a room and you're there and he have a medical episode. And dispatch is asking you to give the location, apartment number, whatever the case is, and you don't provide that. And this is the president now. This is the president. And we have you on a phone call talking like that. Do you really think you're going to be able to walk home if the president died in your care? Do you really think you're going to be able to walk away and not be prosecuted for not rendering aid and doing what you need to do and stay within character as a professional? Do you really think you're going to be able to walk home if the president died in your care? When we have audio of you telling the dispatchers no multiple times that I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. No, I'm registering, I'm administering CPR. I'm not going to stop and go to no door to give you no so-called apartment number. I'm not doing that. You go get the apartment number yourself. You will be locked up. You will be prosecuted. They would say that you caused the death of the president. That's what they would do. They would say that you caused it because there was a window of opportunity to save him, but you neglected him. That's what this is right here. So why the struggle streaming attorney is not focused on that? Why? I thought that's his friend. Did he really want to help his friend? Or did he want his friend to die? Why the struggle streaming attorney don't care about his own friend? And why is it that all of a sudden you're his friend, but when he was alive, you weren't talking like that? You weren't talking like that when he was alive. You ain't have no power of attorney to be speaking on his affairs. You haven't been appointed. You're self-appointed at this point. This is not looking good. That's why people are questioning you in your chats. They know what's up. And you need to warn other people about this guy. Because I just have these thoughts that this guy is just not good, man. What is your motive, sir? What are you really doing? What's going on in your mind? To not question what happened in that apartment. None of Kevin Samuels' friends played this audio. None of them talked about these issues. It's like they're just trying to hurry up, brush it under the rug so that they can go ahead and try to build up their platforms. And they have the nerve to talk about other bloggers and content creators. Oh, they're making money. YouTube is a business. They're supposed to make money. What's the matter with you? Like, you're not making any sense. You're worried about money. You're not worried about your so-called friend. See, the jig is up, fam. You've been caught. You're concerned with money. You're not concerned with your friend. I would never trust you. And that woman, I would hate to be a patient in her care. With the way she carried herself in that apartment as a so-called alleged nurse, I would be embarrassed if I'm her employer. I would hate to be her patient, to know that I need aid, and she would panic like that while I'm out needing aid. Because the way she conducted herself represents her occupation, it represents the hospital, it represents a whole lot. This is why she needs to be held accountable, because no one told her to reveal that she's a nurse. She took it upon herself to do that. And once you do that, you're no longer private. Not anymore. Let's get back into this.
You got it.
So, ma'am, right now you're breathing.
Notice he asked her a question. Is he breathing? She ain't give him no response.
You're okay. Come on, I got you. Don't worry, I got you.
Did he start breathing again, ma'am?
No, he's not. He's at the regular heartbeat and he's turning fucking blue.
Notice her attitude. Notice her attitude, man. He asked her once if he's breathing. She ignores him. He asks her again. No, he's not being. You don't see what's going on here? But yet none of Kevin Samuel's buddies are talking about this. None of them. You know what I'm saying? None of them are talking about this thing. Only a few brothers. Shout out to Coffee and Kush. Shout out to that brother. He did a stream today, putting in work. It's like you only have a few content creators talking about these issues, but nobody else ain't talking about it. This is crazy, man. This really is sick, man. Because this woman is supposed to be a woman that, according to the struggle streaming attorney, is a woman that Kevin held in high regard. We're going to get to that. That's right, struggle streaming attorney. You should have never said all of that. You should have never did that. Seriously. You understand? And what's the other brother name, man? I mean, what is it? Shout that other brother out, man. What's this brother name? Hold on a second. Oh, Who Watches the Watchmen? Y'all need to check out his channel. He's putting in work too. Mr. Real Estate. Check out that brother too. He's putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back into this, y'all. Let's go.
Ma'am, if there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now. In case, tell me when you have it.
I'm just giving him CPR. I'm going to try to open the door, but I don't want to stop giving it to him.
She says she's giving him CPR. This woman is not giving him CPR. If someone had an episode and you're really administering CPR, they're going to be breathing. They're going to be breathing. By the time the emergency crew gets there, they'll be able to save this man's life. That's what happened when you follow proper protocol and you're doing what you're doing. They're trained. They know this stuff always works. But when you're not doing CPR, the guy is going to die. And that is how it's looking. It's almost like they wanted him to die. It's not looking good. This is why there needs to be an investigation into what's going on here. You understand? You don't hear no sound effects. She's talking on the phone, but she's supposed to be administering CPR? Nah, she's not. Let's just call it what it is. Let's go.
Ma'am, please quickly go to the door, and while you're at it, just leave the door open wide for us. So we can...
Notice how she's keep on screaming.
Come on. Come on. Daddy, come on. I know you guys. Come on.
Just making sure this is the Buckhead, Atlanta. Is that correct? The apartment in Buckhead, Atlanta?
Come on. You got it. Come on. You got it. No? He's fine? Okay.
Notice she's talking as if though he's fine. She's speaking as if though she's doing the work, she's doing the CPR, and he's fine. But really, she's not performing no CPR because he's not fine. He's not doing good. Look how many minutes pass, people. Let's go.
Is anybody else there with you, ma'am?
No.
Okay, ma'am. Why you do CPR? What's that phone number you're calling us from? Your name?
Come on, Kevin, you got it. You got it. I'm going to try to open the door for you guys really fast, but I'm going to come and get him CPR.
Thank you. And check the door, apartment number while you're at it.
Notice he's now telling her while you're doing that, check the apartment door while you're at it, fam. Do you see how much time? They didn't even get the information that they needed, man. That's crazy. Because look, when they don't have the apartment number and you live in a large complex, even if they got the address and they're able to come to the building, they don't know what apartment number. So they're basically walking around the building looking for where the apartment is. That's a lot of time. Do you understand me? Like, common sense would tell you, get the apartment number. That way they just shoot right upstairs, wherever it is, whether it's the first floor, second floor, they'll be able to find you. This woman was like, I don't know what she was doing in that place, man. But if anything, she let Kevin Samuels down. There's no way around this. I'm not sugarcoating nothing, fam. She let that man down. And every one of you so-called Kevin Samuel fans need to be talking about that, including his so-called friends that are literally in hiding and actually sleep. Yep. It sounds like it's all staged. It sounds really bad. It's like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make logical sense. It's like it's staged to be that way. Like, okay, we're trying to get him out of the picture now. And then now you got all these minions, all these guys trying to take his spot to benefit off of where he was so that they can now build themselves up. This is sad, man. It's disgusting how friends really are, man. Let's go. This is crazy, man.
That's the apartment number, buddy?
Come on, Kelly, you got it. Oh, come on, just try to breathe. Come on, you got it. Come on, think about your mom. Think about your daughter. Let's go.
Think about your mom. Think about your daughter. Let's go. Again, the police report, it says that she met Mr. Samuels last night, came to his apartment and spent the night with him. So she met him last night. But she is telling him in the apartment, think about your mom, think about your daughter. This woman knew him before that night. How do you know that? No, she met him last night. That's what the police report says. That would mean that she lied on the police report. Because according to the struggle stream and attorney, Kevin Samuels already knew her already. Oh, we got receipts. Yeah, that's right. We got receipts right here. Transcript number 1. Transcript number 2. Let's get into this thing right now. That's right. Let's go. Oh, yeah. See, I'm a thorough investigator. This is very, very important. Let's break this thing down. This is a quote from the struggle streaming attorney. It says, and this is what he said. This is what he said in a video, and I have the transcript. He said, I know that because of my last conversation, think about this, the struggle streaming attorney have a video where he talked about suing people. And these are his words, which prove that the stories are conflicting. He says, I know that because my last conversation with him before he died and all subsequent text messages when he told me about you and how he met you through your brothers and how your brothers are his fans. So basically he's saying that Kevin Samuels met this young lady through her brothers who are Kevin Samuels fans. Let all of that make sense because it's not lining up with the so-called narrative in the police report that she met him the night before. That means that the struggle streaming attorney know a lot about this particular woman. And that is why he's not talking about the situation. But let's go back and read it from the top. I know that because of my last conversation with him before he died and all subsequent text messages when he told me about you and how he met you through your brothers and how your brothers are his fans. And they were happy that you met him. He said it rejoice for he was happy. He was excited to have met such a humble, sweet, beautiful young lady. He loved the fact that you were classy and dignified, a good woman from the Midwest. He told me that if things continued on that course that they were on, that he would even be willing to marry you. Wow. Right? He would even be willing to marry you and have children. These are the words of the struggle streaming attorney, where he made a video threatening podcasters and YouTubers with lawsuits, which is frivolous and bogus and makes no sense. It's extremely petty. Right? He said this about the woman, which mean the struggle streaming attorney know who this woman is. But according to the police report, it says that she met Kevin Samuels the night before, and that was her first time in the apartment. But according to the struggle streaming attorney, him and Kevin Samuels exchanged text messages, and basically he know about this woman. So this woman and Kevin Samuels been knew each other. This is not new. So who is that woman and why the authorities and everybody else ain't questioning her? All right? It goes on and it says, he loved the fact that you were classy and dignified, a good woman from the Midwest. He told me that if things continue on that course that they were on, that he would be willing to marry you and have children. This is what Kevin Samuels told me about you. And I'm truly happy that in the last days he had here on earth, after having to deal with all of the adversity, adversaries, you'll adversely that he's had to deal with after reading with all of this foolishness, the man not even being able to go out at night, working 23 hours a day not able to sleep. I'm glad that he had his lead, I guess. I don't know. He was finally able to spend time with you. He sent me your beautiful picture. So according to the struggle streaming attorney, he have a picture of said woman on either his mobile phone or possibly personal computer. All of that information need to be investigated. Because how is it that he's able to have pictures of a woman that, according to a police report, says that she met Kevin Samuels last night, right? And stayed the night with him. So who is that woman? The FBI, all the investigators, y'all need to be on this case. Y'all need to find out who this particular attorney is in his connection to that woman to find out if they are actually knowing one another. Right? Now, it goes on, it says, he sent me your beautiful picture. I told him you were gorgeous. I did gorgeous. That's what I told him, and he was happy about that. And let me tell you something else. Hope that you seek therapy, because what you had to endure is too much for anybody. I hope that you do that, because I know that that's also something that Kevin would want you to do. Think about that. Receipts. We're not playing games here. So, according to Exhibit A and Exhibit B, we see that the struggle streaming attorney, he basically know of this woman. He know about this woman. He has a picture in his possession of this woman, right? But yet, he's talking about the woman is private. But yet he got a photo of her in his possession. But yet he's talking about content creators using photos of a woman and how these content creators are harassing this woman. But yet he got a photo of a woman who's supposed to be private in his possession. Now, how is it that he have a photo in his possession but have the nerve to talk about people using his photo and his name? Brother, you're not smarter than me. You're not. You see that? He knows about this particular woman. He know about her because he said Kevin Samuels spoke to him about that. Now, why would Kevin Samuels tell him about this woman? Now, go back to my other previous streams where Kevin Samuels talked about 1099 women, putting women under contract and so forth. Could it be possible that this woman is an alleged 1099 woman that he had under contract? Think about it. Could that be it? And that's why he don't want to say nothing? Because he don't want nobody to know that this woman is actually a woman that was paid? See, all of that talk about being married is baloney, because we know that Kevin Samuels didn't believe in no marriage. He believed in having women on rotation. He believed in having women for their short-term sexual, what is that word they use? Companionship. According to the last video that I did, he want women for their short-term sexual companionship, not the long-term. So Kevin Samuels was not one that wanted a marriage. So all of this right here is baloney. Because in the video stream that we did, we heard Kevin Samuels talking about hiring 1099 women. He said he want 2 to 3. Now, why would a man hire 3 women to be in his company as girlfriends, but yet talking to this lady that he would marry her. Let that make sense. Let it make sense, people. Because the video, that clip that we use was within this month or a few weeks back. So how is it that he would want to marry her, but talking on camera about getting 1099 women? That doesn't sound like a guy that's loyal to that woman. So, Mr. Struggle Streaming Attorney, you got some explaining to do. You trying to make it seem like this guy was a clean angel. But no, because we have all the receipts. You're not making any sense. If anything, you're making matters worse. And now the public is going to want to know who is that woman in that house and how you know so much about her. How you know so much about her. Why you got her photos in your possession. You telling Kevin, yeah, she's gorgeous. He sent me your beautiful picture. That's supposed to be Kevin Samuels' business. Why are you sharing Kevin Samuels' business with the public in your video? And then you have the nerve to talk about how that woman is private. Well, if she's private, why are you talking about their private life? You're not making no sense, sir, because you contradicted yourself. The evidence is very clear. You're not in a position to talk about who's private when you're putting out private business that's none of our business. You made their personal business public knowledge now because you put it on a public platform that you don't own. You, sir, are out of line. You should have paid attention to Kevin Samuels. He told you, do not respond, do not say nothing, just be about business. But no, you're in your pride. You're making a lot of mistakes. And you're supposed to be an attorney. Let's go. Let's get back to that phone call.
Hurry, please, hurry.
Yes, ma'am, they're on the way. Both the fire department and the ambulance are on the way, ma'am. We're trying to get to her as quickly as possible.
Notice, does that sound like somebody that is doing CPR? No, because at this point, Kevin Samuels already gone already. Trust and believe that. Something went on in that apartment and nobody's talking about it. Everybody's just quiet online. Everybody is quiet. Yeah, she do sound like she's performing. It sounds really bad. It sounds like she's like trying her best to sound like she's really, really crying and whatnot. But in my personal opinion, I believe that the man was already gone already. And that's when she made the call. And she's just, playing it off, doing what she got to do. But this right here is total neglect, because if she's really a nurse, an alleged nurse, she was not giving him CPR. And she was not following no directions of the dispatcher people. She was not following none of their instructions. So she neglected Kevin Samuels. So to all of Kevin Samuels fans, you need to understand that this woman neglected your so-called godfather. She neglected him, right? She didn't give him the proper aid, and she didn't give the information that they needed so they could send emergency crews to deal with him. That's what happened. So again, is she fit, friendly, and cooperative? See, what I'm trying to prove here is that Kevin Samuels made a bad choice in choosing that woman. And to be quite frank, everything that the struggle streamer put here is all BS, because he made it seem like this woman was an angel from the Midwest. But if she was that good of a woman, if she was that kind and sophisticated and classy and dignified, if she was all of those things, then she would have cooperated with the dispatchers to give the proper information to save Kevin Samuels' life, fam. Trust and believe. So right now, it's not looking good. It looks like a setup. It looks staged. It look all sorts. It just looks bad. This whole thing looks bad. Like, this is a mess. This is one big show. It's not looking good. Somebody is involved and somebody got paid. Where's Kevin Samuels' money? Is all of his personal belongings still in his house? Did any jewelry of anything get stolen? Think about that. Right? Let's get back into that call.
Keep doing CPR, ma'am.
That is the cry of a woman that known a man for a while. It's also the cry of an actor. This is why I said this is a mess. Because it sounds fake. It sounds like somebody's just put there to start crying and acting. But see, no one meets someone in one night and they're crying like that. Nope. Sounds like something went wrong. It sounds like somebody did something and it went wrong. And they realized, like, damn, man, look at what I caused, allegedly. Let's go.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Come on, Kevin, you got it. You got it. You kind of do that. I know you are. This is your heart. Okay. I know. Don't worry.
And Mr. Cynthia, do you know if there's a gate code or a door code?
I don't know. This is my first day here.
That's fine.
She said this is her first day here. The guy asks if there's a door code because, you know, sometimes you come into a building, you can like type in a code and you're able to get in like a key. Rather than using a key, there's a code and you like press 355 and the door will open up. She says, I don't know. This is my first day here. So hold up. You just walked in with Kevin Samuels like that? It's your first day there? Again, all of this got to be investigated. Was she an alleged 1099 woman? And keep in mind, in the struggle streaming attorney's video, he was talking about how Kevin Samuels dealt with the 1099 women. Again, we're putting the whole case together. The whole case is coming together. Undeniable truth regarding Kevin Samuels. Undeniable. There's no way out of this one. Let's go.
That's fine.
Please.
We'll get in from the front door with security. And you left the door open, is that correct?
I put the fucking shoe there. Please hurry.
She says she put the effing shoe by the door. Does that sound like a friendly, cooperative woman? And you got to give it up to the dispatcher people because they're just calm and cool because they're trained not to take offense. They're trained not to get into their feelings because a lot of that stuff will trigger people. You know what I mean? You're taught, you're trained not to lash out because if it was like a regular old person that said that, you would flip out on them. But when you're trained in that office and that job title, you got to really, you got to take a lot of BS that people do, man. Because a lot of people will be angry with you. They'll blame you for why somebody died. And it's not even your fault. They didn't even give you the information that you need. Let's go.
I'll let them know, ma'am. Yes, they are on their way. Just keep doing CPR.
Notice he said keep doing CPR, but she wasn't doing CPR. She's not doing CPR, man. She's not doing CPR, fam. Listen, when somebody is doing CPR, man, you got to concentrate with the same rhythm. The same rhythm. You can't do that if you're talking and screaming and all nervous and crazy. You're not performing CPR. She's sitting right there, probably pacing back and forth, looking at the body, pacing back and forth. This is why there needs to be an investigation, fam. Everybody's posting all these news articles about, yeah, she's a nurse. See, she was rendering CPR. How do you know she did that? How? How do you know? Because she's a nurse? All of that could have been fabricated. The whole story. Think about that. Think about this. Think about it like this. What if it's an entire blood sacrifice and they orchestrated the whole thing to look like this? Everybody's has been set. Everybody been planted. Oh, she's a nurse. She's a this. She's a that. Blah, 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 blah. You got the police report. You got the testimony from the so-called struggle stream attorney. You got all these friends all over YouTube making all of these tribute videos and all this nonsense. All of this stuff staged. Why? So this guy could be taken out, fam. And then they could just cover everything up and act like he didn't exist. Think about that. Let's go.
No. Are you coming? Are you coming?
Notice she's asking them, are they coming? She's asking them, are they coming? Is that a nurse, people? Like, wake up. If she's a nurse, she probably just got hired. Because sometimes you get hired for the job and then you still have to undergo training. There's different levels of training you got to go through. But if she is in fact a real nurse, I would be embarrassed if I'm the supervisor or whatever the case is. I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed. And this is why I said that Kevin Samuels' mom, if she is alive, allegedly, because I'm telling you, man, I can recall hearing this man say that his mom is gone. So it's kind of funny that all of a sudden she's alive. You know what I mean? But we're going to find out because, you know, they have to have a memorial, right? Right? So shouldn't the mom show up? Right? Because if nobody shows up, that's going to speak up. Man, that's going to open up another can of worms. And shout out to the 4 people that joined the membership. Appreciate you. And anyone that supported via Super Chat or Cash App. Appreciate your support. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back into this.
Yes, ma'am, they're on their way. I'm trying to get to them.
I don't think I can do it any longer.
Keep going, ma'am. You're doing a good job.
Notice this. She says she don't know if she could go any longer in terms of doing CPR. And the dispatcher said, keep going. You're doing a good job. How do you know she's actually doing it? And why would she say, I don't think I can go on anymore doing it? She's supposed to be a nurse. If this woman cared about Kevin Samuels, why would she say, I don't know if I can keep going on doing it? Imagine you married, you got a wife, and she says, I don't know if I could continue doing CPR. Damn, that's messed up. That means she don't love you. Straight up and down, fam. Let's go.
And just making sure they're flat on their back on the floor and there's nothing under their head.
Oh, please, he's turning blue.
He's turning blue. He asks you basic instructions. He's giving you guidance, but you're getting frustrated with him. Now, listen to this part, because this is interesting, because based on what's going on here, he's supposed to be on a bed. He's on a bed right now. But notice what she says. Listen carefully. Listen to this. This is not making sense, man. It's like only a few people can see what's going on, and everybody else is dumbed down. I really believe that society is dumbed down for some reason, because how is it that an alleged attorney friend is not looking into this issue or questioning this issue? It really makes me believe that this woman is close to this particular alleged so-called friend of Kevin Samuels. Because I don't see how, as a friend and as an attorney, that you have more time to be worrying about bloggers that are questioning whether or not something went wrong with your friend, and you're upset with them because they're using your photo and your name in their videos You have all of that time on your hand rather than trying to find out what happened to your friend. If that don't make you people realize that that guy is bad news, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't trust that guy. And you shouldn't either. Because this ain't right. I'm one of Kevin Samuels' greatest critics. And look at the work that I'm doing here. Look at the case that I presented before you. Why would a hater go out of his way to try to bring light to a situation? Think about that. Let's go.
Keep going, ma'am. Just making sure, are they flat on their back and there's nothing under her head? Is that correct?
No, I pulled him from the ground and put him on the ground. You can have a flat surface, but I can't keep going with the CPR.
She said that she pulled him off on the floor. Did you hear anything, any thump, how you gonna pull a guy off the floor, off the bed onto the floor and there's no sound? How did you do that fast? How is it that he's on the bed? Listen, people, you know what dead weight is like? You just can't pull somebody off of a bed. Dead weight? Listen, let's say somebody weigh 210 pounds. If you're going to try to lift a person that weighs 210 pounds, dead body weight feels even heavier than the actual weight. She just says she pulled him off the bed onto the floor, and you ain't hear no thump, no nothing. And then on top of that, to add insult to injury, she says she don't think she could continue on doing CPR. Fam, she wasn't doing CPR. She wasn't. Let's go.
Keep going, ma'am. Keep going, ma'am. You're a nurse. You know how important that is to help them.
Yes.
Notice, he said, you're a nurse. You should know how it's important to do this. And she said, yes. But she wasn't doing anything. Based on what we're witnessing, did she even perform CPR? Because I'm going to tell you straight up and down. If she was rendering CPR, Kevin Samuels would be alive right now. I submit to you, if she was administering CPR from the moment he collapsed and she was performing CPR, he would be alive right now. Because if you are one who is trained to do CPR, you understand how that works. She would have been able to kept his heart beating so that when everybody else come through, they will be able to take over and render aid, and he would have been saved. She wasn't rendering no CPR. Trust and believe that. Let's go.
Let's keep going, man. You're doing a good job. You should be there soon.
Notice, the dispatcher believes that she's doing it, but she's not. Let's go.
So, Grady, just for clarification, is he or is he not breathing?
Notice, she said for clarification, is he breathing or is he not breathing? Because at this point, they don't know what's going on, and they don't trust that she's doing her job. Again, she claims she's a nurse. But is she doing her job? Think about that. Let's go.
He's not conscious, but he's breathing.
Okay.
Periodic. His heart is not beating.
Okay, good.
His heart is not beating, but he's breathing. Okay. Let's go.
Is he breathing, yes or no?
Notice, dispatcher asks her again, is he breathing? Yes or no? Yes or no?
He's not anymore. You need to hurry.
He's not anymore. Hurry. Don't get mad because I'm cracking jokes. This is crazy. I have to add some humor. This is crazy. Now he's not anymore. He's not anymore in a hurry. If he's not breathing anymore, what's the point of hurrying? He's already gone. That woman was not rendering no CPR, man. Was not. And you know how you know? Because the dispatchers, they recognize that something ain't right. So they're going to now teach her how to perform CPR. Watch, you're going to see.
And then just to make sure you're doing it right, I'm going to give you the CPR instructions. Listen carefully, and I'll show you how to do chest compressions. Make sure he is flat on his back on the floor. Place the heel of your hand on the breastbone and the center of the chest, right between your nipples. Put the other hand on top of that hand.
I understand that.
Wow.
Pump the chest hard and fast, at least 5 per second and 2 inches deep. And let the chest come all the way up between pumps. We're going to do this 600 times or until help can take over.
Do you see that? Do you see that? They had to give her instructions on how to properly do CPR. You know why? Because Kevin Samuels technically supposed to be breathing. If she rendered CPR the way she claimed that a nurse should know, he would be breathing. That's why they kept asking, is he breathing? Why? Because if you're rendering CPR, he's supposed to be breathing. But she wasn't rendering CPR. That's why they felt a little weird. They had to give her some training. This is sad, man. And normally when you're in those fields, they give you a refresher course to update, to make sure that you're, like you know how to do these things. Most of you that are in those fields, you know what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Count out loud so I can count with you. And we'll do this in sets of 4 like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Notice how he just corrected her. She tried to act like she's doing one thing. He said, no, this is how you do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fam, she was not giving that man no CPR. She wasn't. Especially the correct way. She wasn't. So if she wasn't giving him CPR, and all of those minutes passed by, and she wasn't cooperative with the dispatchers in terms of giving them the proper location, the apartment number, and so forth, then Kevin Samuels' death is on her shoulders. And there's no way around that. So when I hear people talking about, oh, that's not right, she been through a lot. No, she took the responsibility by telling everybody that she's a nurse. So she took the responsibility to do her job. That's no different than if you're an off-duty police officer and you went to a bar to have a drink, but you got your firearm on you and your badge, and some commotion break out, a guy pull out a gun and you just jump out, yo, I got my gun, and you shoot the guy, pow, pow, and you kill him. Guess what? You're in some hot water, buddy. What do you mean? But he's a police officer. Oh, no. You a police officer, yeah, but you off duty. And you at a bar, you pull out your gun, which is your service weapon, and you killed a man. You got some explaining to do, buddy. See that? Because here you are under the influence of alcohol. You're off duty. You're not on the clock. And you got your gun on you. And you killed a man in a bar. You got some explaining to do. That's exactly what's going on with this situation. When she announced that she's a nurse and she's at the scene, but she's not on the clock. Do you see how that works? Oh, yeah. This is why a lot of times people get in trouble, because they end up doing things and it messes up their livelihood because of what they're doing. It's crazy. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Are they coming?
3, 4. Yes, ma'am. The ambulance and the fire department are on their way, ma'am.
She asks again, are they coming? Do you see this? She's asked again, are they coming? This is crazy.
They're trying to get to him as fast as possible.
Are they
1,
not-
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Can you
Yeah,
please
keep on going, ma'am.
Can you please call the front desk and send me a fucking AED, please?
How could they call the front desk? You're not making any sense. How are they gonna call the front desk with no number? Like, what she's saying is crazy. And, yo, this is not adding up, man. It's not.
Ma'am, I'm not able to call them while I'm on the phone with you, ma'am. And I don't have the phone. I don't have the phone.
Do you see that? He said, I can't call them while I'm on the phone with you, and especially when I don't have the number. You see that? That's crazy, man.
Number to the front desk. Ma'am, just keep going, ma'am. You're doing a good job. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
I'm sorry.
2, 3,
I
4.
need to call the front desk to get an AED. He's not going to make it.
1, 2.
Notice, she is not performing CPR, fam. She's not performing CPR. The dispatcher is trying to help her out. She's not doing it. She's more concerned with, I need the so-called whatever, what is it, defibrillator or something she's talking about. That's what her focus is. She's not concerned with doing her job, fam. She literally neglected him, fam. Literally. But is his so-called YouTube buddies talking about that? Oh no. They're only concerned with making money right now. They don't care. They're happy. Believe it or not, as much tribute videos those guys putting out, they actually happy that Kevin Samuels is gone. Trust and believe. Let's go.
3, 4, 1. But, ma'am, I don't want you to disconnect because something can happen while you disconnect, ma'am.
Yeah, but I'm saying I need AED. If they have one downstairs, I need to get them up here now.
She keeps saying she need to get them up here now. If that's the case, why don't she go downstairs and get them up here now? First, also, what time of the day is this? Are they even there? For all you know, you could probably self-service and get that device from downstairs. It's probably right there for anybody to get. You understand? Because I'm hearing word that nobody was available at that time, but they had the option of still being able to get it. So there's different conflicting stories here, man. Let's go.
Are you able to get the neighbor, ma'am, real quick,
I'm going to
and
hang
ask
up
them
with
to help
you.
you?
Hang up with you, or you call them in the front desk and give me a fucking AED right here now.
Do you hear her attitude? Again, is she fit, friendly, and cooperative? Does that sound like a woman that loves Kevin Samuels? Does that add up to what the so-called, what is this guy? The so-called struggle streaming attorney. Does that line up with his testimony about how, you know, he loved the fact that you were a classy, dignified, a good woman from the Midwest? Does that explain such a wonderful woman that's gorgeous? No, because she sound very, very disrespectful. You know, very abrasive. She's abusing all of those folks that's trying their best to help her get the proper instructions to help this man. You understand? She needs to be investigated, fam. Something is going on. Y'all all can see this. She did not care about that man. Let's go.
He's turning blue. I cannot wait any longer.
If he's turning blue and you can't wait any longer, why don't you go get whatever you got to get and stop talking? Because as far as I'm concerned, that man was already gone. And you're just staging all of that with the phone call so it could sound good, but something else happened in that apartment. And I don't hear nobody talking about there needs to be an investigation. Again, if I was in an apartment with a young lady that I met at some club somewhere, and I bring her to some apartment or some hotel or whatever the case is, and she died, while I'm there with her, and I call up the emergency folks, I would not be able to leave that place without being identified. They're going to have my address. They're going to have all my information because it's a possible crime scene. Someone died. So how is it that this woman is able to walk and go home when a man died? That's not normal. Under any circumstances, that's not normal. I would be questioned. I would be brought in for questioning. They would tell me, don't leave this city. We need to investigate what happened. We're going to do the autopsy. We're going to do all these different things. We're going to run all these tests. And if there's foul play or something don't add up, we're going to be knocking at your door. I believe a lot of these content creators, their greatest fear is that they're going to be knocking at their door. And that's why they're quiet. That's why they're sending off all these threats. Nobody's afraid of you. You sending off all these threats when you're supposed to be trying to figure out who killed your friend. Because all of these bloggers and all of these content creators all over YouTube that's doing content, all of their content fall within guidelines. All of their content falls within fair use. Anybody can use your photos, sir. You're an attorney. You're supposed to know that. But because of your pride and your arrogance, your hope is that people go away. Your hope is that they would feel threatened and fearful and run. No. Fair use. Do you understand? Anybody can use your name. How can you sue someone because they uttered your name? I'm gonna sue. He have my photo. Your photo is not private. Your photo is on a public platform that you don't own, sir. Did you read the fine print? Did you read that before you upload a video? You don't own nothing here. Do you understand? Anything you put on YouTube, anything that is in the public eye is not private. Do you understand? You're an attorney, for crying out loud. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're an embarrassment to many folks that practice law to have the audacity to put out threats to bloggers, commanding other people to take screenshots of this and that, to send it to your Gmail. You're not even a professional. A real professional have a business email. A Gmail email? Where's your professional business email? Where's your info at suchandsuch.com? You're an embarrassment, sir. You're embarrassing not only yourself, you're embarrassing Kevin Samuels and his fans by the way you're acting. Like a child that's upset because people are talking about him. But you claim that you want smoke and a little criticism is getting under your feathers? Criticism? You an attorney, but criticism bothers you? That's a shame. I would hate for you to have to represent me. And you are all in your fee-fees. That's sad. That's sad, fam. Let's go. Because we in the spirit.
Okay, ma'am, do you know their phone number?
No, but I'm telling you, this is my first day here. I just please need you to do it while I'm getting him CPR.
She is not giving that man CPR. She is not giving that man CPR. She is too frustrated. Anytime she talks to the dispatchers, she gets frustrated as if though it's their fault that Kevin is dying. When it's actually her fault that he's dying because she's not doing anything. She's not doing nothing. She ain't cooperating with nobody. She's agitated. She's taking out her frustration on the people that she needs help from. There needs to be an investigation. There needs to be an investigation. You understand? Let's go.
Yes, ma'am. And keep it going CPR, ma'am.
Notice, the guy said keep going, keep doing the CPR. He thinks he's under the assumption. He's under the assumption that she's still rendering CPR. But she's not doing anything. She's not doing anything. She already done gave up already. That's sad, man. That's sad that the woman that the so-called struggle streaming attorney said is beautiful, classy, and all of that other stuff, it don't look that way to me. Because she's not doing what she need to do to save that man. And to think that you said that Kevin Samuels would have married her and had children. It's my personal belief, sir, that you just said that to save face. That you just said that so it could look good for the public. That Kevin Samuels' image don't look bad. That's why you said that. But we all know that that's not what Kevin Samuels was about. He wasn't about getting married. No. Because he was about 1099 girlfriends. Women that he used for sexual relations. And then he discard and get another one under contract. Or he upgrade the contract. We got all the receipts already. You could try to paint this sweet image of Kevin Samuels as though he's this great family-oriented type guy. He was never that kind of guy. He had 2 divorces. 2. Which mean him and relationships don't work. So good luck with that, trying to uphold some image that is not even there. Let's go.
Come on, Kevin. You got it. Try to
The Buckhead, Atlanta?
Yes. I think it's called the residence. I don't fucking know. I just gave you the address.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Just keep on going CPR. I can find their phone number.
And what's the name of the apartment complex, Grady? Buckhead or the Lexington?
It's coming up at Buckhead, Atlanta.
Buckhead, Atlanta.
Or resident at Buckhead, Atlanta.
Okay.
Sound like somebody's coming into the apartment now. Probably the fire rescue or so-and-so. Let's go.
And keep my phone to chest at my rate. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Notice he still think that she's rendering CPR. At this point, she's not rendering anything. She's not doing nothing.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, my God.
Keep going, ma'am. I'm going to try to look up that phone number. Just get an AED to him.
Yeah, if you could just please call him to give it to me. I'll fucking talk to myself.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going, ma'am. They're almost there.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm so sorry.
Ma'am, keep going. You're doing a good job, ma'am.
Notice she
1,
said.
2, 3, 4.
Notice she said she's sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry. Let that marinate. Let that marinate. She said, I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry. Sorry for what? What did you do? What did you do? See, we could spin this either way. We could spin this as, oh, it's all fake. Or we could spin this as, oh, she failed at rendering CPR. Or we could spin this as she allegedly did something else to him that caused that situation to take place. That is what nobody want to talk about. See that? Because we all know from the live stream, he was having a little argument with her while he was doing the live stream. He didn't look sick at all. You understand? She was walking into the frame. She had the wine in her hand, so you know she was drinking. You know she was drinking, and right after he probably did that live, maybe he had a couple of drinks. Maybe something allegedly happened with that drink. Maybe there was allegedly some sort of substance that was placed somewhere. You never know what goes on. See, this is what investigators are for. And for a so-called struggle streaming attorney to be in your feelings because people are challenging the narrative, because people are questioning what was going on, you should be ashamed of yourself to have some sort of ill will intent towards bloggers for trying to figure out what went wrong. You're a horrible example of an attorney. And if Kevin Samuels was alive right now and he could play back the tape to see how you've been reacting, he wouldn't want to have nothing to do with you. Nothing. By the way you're acting. You're being led by your own ego, your own pride. And the Most High Yah will visit you, sir. You will have your just due. Yes, indeed. Let's get back into this.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Somebody please help my
4.
head.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I know how to get CPR. I'm a fucking nurse. AD.
If you hear how listen, that woman is hysterical. Something went on in that apartment and it needs to be investigated. And I don't know who is in control of all of these type of things, man. But at this point, fam, I believe that this thing is just being covered up. He was sacrificed. He was murdered, allegedly. And they are just saying, look, we're just going to cover this thing up. And it is what it is. We wanted to take him out because nobody is stepping up to the plate to investigate this situation. Nobody. I'm his biggest critic, and I'm the only one, along with other brothers, that are out here making noise about this. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy, fam. The way she's hysterical is as if though she did something to that man, and she couldn't believe that she made this happen to Kevin Samuels. This is crazy.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, you can open till 9 o'clock.
Oh, God.
Man, the front desk is open till 9 o'clock now.
We can't always just say everything is staged. We typically like to do that, but everything is not always staged. We have to understand that sometimes things are really playing out in real time. We have to formulate different points. In other words, you can say it was this, you can say it was that, you can say it was that, because again, you're speculating, you're alleging different things. It is what it is. We're trying to solve what went wrong. Remember, we have a 911 call. We also have the emergency call. So all of these things is playing out. There's recordings on file. So a lot of these things are happening in real time. You know what I mean? At the same time, we can still speculate that it was all fabricated. But this is like a movie. And she's a bad actress if she was acting. But based on everything, she was not rendering aid to Kevin Samuels. So Kevin Samuels died because of her, because she failed to do what she was doing. Because if she would have been administering CPR and not being frustrated with the dispatchers and not cursing at them and being totally unprofessional, that man would still be alive today. And that's a fact. You can't deny that. It took her about damn near 10 minutes just to get the so-called apartment number. And on top of that, she told them, I'm not going to stop doing CPR to go check to see if to see the apartment number. Who does that if this is a man in whom they care about? Because based on the struggle streaming attorney, he spoke of her so highly and claimed that that's how Kevin felt about her, a woman that he would marry. Really? Really? That's what he want you to believe, so that he makes his image look good, so that he could continue to market Kevin Samuels, so that he can milk him for everything he got, because that is what that so-called attorney is doing. You know what I mean? He's clout chasing. That man can't produce no content. Nobody don't want to hear nothing from him. Nobody ain't listening to him. So everything he do is going to be things that's related to Kevin Samuels. If you make a video with my picture in it, we're going to come for you. If you have my name in your title and you're making money off of it, everything you say, sir, involves money. Why? Because that's all on your mind. You're trying to figure out ways of making money. You don't care about Kevin Samuels. You don't care about his mom. You don't care about his daughter. You don't care about nothing but yourself. Yeah. Yeah, I got you all figured out. I'm the right one. I got you all figured out. This is why the Most High is going to visit you. Because you're playing with fire when you deal with his people. And all I see in you is greed. I do not see a man that's sincere, that truly cares from the heart. I could tell when a man is sincere. People that are viewing me right now know that I am sincere in what I'm doing. And I'm one who criticized Kevin Samuels all the time. And yet, look at the work that I'm doing. This is thorough investigative work. Thorough. I brought forth all sorts of receipts. You understand? What are you doing to help your so-called friend? You ain't doing nothing but trying to see ways of how you can get some money. Seeing how you can seduce the people to subscribe to your channel. Look at all the subscribers that you gain since this man died. You were not gaining no subscribers. But all of a sudden, subscribers are coming in. Why? Because they believe that you're going to take the mantle and do X, Y, and Z, not realizing this is all for yourself. So you put out post after post after post, feeding the minds of people to believe in you. You're using what Kevin Samuels told you about feeding people that chicken sandwich. So you're going to have to continue to talk about Kevin Samuels forever in order to keep them coming back. Because the minute you deviate and start to talk about something else, nobody's going to listen to you and your view is going to go down. I got you all figured out, man.
Keep going, CPR, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, keep going, man. They're almost there.
Oh my gosh. What's taking him so long? It's so.
She said, what's taking them so long? Think about what she just said there. What's taking them so long? When she was the one taking long on giving them the information that could have helped them. Do you see how that works? What's taking them so long? When you neglected to give the information needed and was getting frustrated with everybody and cursing them out. But you want to talk about what's taking them so long. That's crazy. That's like somebody is serving you food at a restaurant and you getting frustrated with the people that's serving your food. You have to be out of your mind. You got to be out of your mind, fam. Let's go.
The fire department has arrived on scene, so just give them a few seconds to find the apartment, okay? All right.
Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
There is no compression. She's not doing nothing, fam. She's not doing nothing. She's not giving him CPR. There's no sound effects. You don't hear anything.
3, 4. 1, 2.
This is sad,
3,
man.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
He already gone already, man. He been gone. That was, in my opinion, that was the whole point. Is for him to be gone so that she can make that call. Because she don't sound like she cared. She ain't care about that, man. I'm telling you, she didn't care, man. She ain't care about that, man. And trust me, when a woman really care about a man, when a woman really love a man, trust me, you're going to hear it in her voice, fam. You're going to hear love in her voice. When a woman truly love a man, you're going to hear love in her voice. There was no love in her voice. What I heard was panic. That's all I heard. You understand? That's all I heard. This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
She's not doing nothing, fam. She's sitting there probably in the corner, just kind of just like, I can't believe this guy is gone. That's what she's saying right there. I wonder if I'm in trouble. What am I going to do? These are things that's going through her mind. So I want to know, how is it that emergency personnel come up to an apartment, see a man dead, and a woman could just pack up and go home? How is that possible? Could somebody in the chat tell me, how is it possible that someone is dead in an apartment and the person that's there is able to just pack up and go home and there's no questioning, what is that? That makes no sense. This is crazy, man. I'm telling you, if that was me, they would have locked me up, or they would have just questioned me. There would have been some sort of investigation. There would have been no way that I would have been able to walk out of there. They'd be like, who are you to him? Why were you here? What did he eat? What did he drink? Where's the cup? Where's the glass? Let's put this glass inside of this bag for evidence. See, this is how you know it's all a cover-up, fam. This is how you know. Like, it's a cover-up. This is how you know. This is how you know. And they're allegedly all into it, man. They're all involved, man. All in cahoots, man. This is the work that I'm doing right now, the work that other brothers are doing, fam. It already solved the case, man. Clearly, this is a cover-up. Nobody cares that he died. People are happy that he died. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Notice all of that counting that he's doing, she's not doing nothing. She's not doing anything, man. This is sad, man. So to all you Kevin Samuels fans, you got to understand, that woman was not helping him. She was not helping him, man. She was not rendering any sort of aid to that man. She sat back and watched that man die. And there's no one that questioned her. She haven't been on no news stations. She haven't been on nobody questioned her. She just was able to just go there and go home, and nobody says nothing. No interviews. No nothing. All we get is this. That's all we get, fam. Nobody questioned her. But if it was a black man like me, I would have been questioned. They would have had my face on the news, picture and all, occupation and all. Everybody, listen, it would have been all out there, everything. But for some reason, she's protected. So the question is, who's protecting her? Who does she know? Who do the woman that was in that apartment, who does she know? Is she connected to the so-called struggle streaming attorney rapper? Is that her kinfolk? Nephew, cousin? A brother of a mother somewhere? What really is good? See, nobody talking about that. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2,
This is crazy.
3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is someone there, ma'am?
Here.
Nancy, are you there?
I need to be talking to her.
Notice she's not even talking to the dispatcher. She's at the door. She don't even care. She's not even updating him about nothing.
Mr. Cynthia. Who's that? Mr. Cynthia, who's that with you? City Fire Department?
Notice he's asking her, is anybody there with you? She don't respond to nothing. Not cooperative at all. This is crazy, man. Yeah, she did stop. She was never doing anything. Because if you can recall, when the rescue crew came in, they started to administer CPR. Let's go.
Mr. Cynthia, City Fire Department?
Yeah, the fire department here. Yeah, it's on down, scene, Grady.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
This is crazy, man. Notice something. Where is all the screaming? Where Kevin? Is he not alive? Notice there's no screaming now. Notice that, fam. Notice this. There's no, oh no, save him, please save him. Where's the defibrillator? Save him. Nobody saying nothing now. It's quiet. Quiet. There's no, where's the defibrillator? Save him. Oh my God. She's not saying a word. What's good? What's going on? How much more do I need to tell you? You can't see that? Does that sound like a woman that care? And that's it. The audio is pretty much done. Notice that. There was no sense of urgency after that. After they came in, everything gone. She ain't, save him, please. Hurry. Do he have a pulse? It's almost as if though she probably just walked right out the house and just went on home. And up to now, none of the so-called friends of Kevin Samuels come forward to talk about this video. They got time to talk about all these other people that talk about Kevin Samuels, but they don't got no time to talk about this information. I noticed in this scene here, I forgot to flip the camera right here the other way. It's upside down. I just put that there for some laughs. If you're wondering why I didn't flip it on this particular camera angle, because I'm upside down. So I guess if you want to see it, you'd have to flip your computer or your phone the other way. I mean, I could do it right now, but I don't want to mess up the stream. But anyway, fam, we got to ask the tough questions. We got to ask them. Why this particular woman left the scene and didn't call Kevin Samuels' mother to tell her that her son died. Because according to the Struggle streamer, he talked about how Kevin and him exchanged text messages and calls regarding this said woman and how she's classy, X, Y, and Z, and all this other stuff, and how Kevin would marry her and have children if things continue down that course. Now, what do you mean if things continue down that course? So we're talking about a woman that Kevin Samuels already knew. But the police report said that she met Kevin Samuels last night and stayed the night at his house. It's not adding up. Stories are conflicting, contradicting. It's not making any sense. To the Struggle streaming attorney, who was the first to learn about Kevin Samuels' death, and how did they know if it was all done in his apartment. Did the woman contact you, Mr. Struggle Streaming Attorney, allegedly? How could that information get on the internet? Because based on my data, it seemed like Kevin Samuels' friends and buddies and colleagues that's in his network, they're the ones who learned about it. And they're the ones who were going live talking about it while it was a rumor, which means they're the ones who spread the rumor before it was confirmed. And my question is, how did you confirm it? Who told you? How you got this information? Who y'all working for? This is sad, fam. This is sad. This is some old sci-fi. What's that thing, man? You got the sci-fi. Man, this is crazy, man. This is right out of a novel of a mystery book, the way this is, man. This is really wild right here, man. This whole situation smells like murder. And it was orchestrated in a way to really cover it up and hide all sorts of tracks. But you know what's so sad? All of you so-called friends of Kevin Samuels, y'all got so many videos that y'all made that is so incriminating. So incriminating that it's just wow. The things that y'all said in y'all videos, man. If the FBI get a hold of those videos and comb through them, comb through all the videos online and put the puzzle together, it would be very surprising if you get a knock on your door because they found something out. Because somewhere along the lines, y'all made a lot of mistakes. You had one having all these premonitions of Kevin Samuels' death. We have records of you folks talking about y'all were trying to get Kevin Samuels to drink. But he don't drink, but y'all were trying to get him to drink. And then you were concerned that Kevin Samuels wouldn't drink. And then we got the Struggle Streaming Attorney in another video talking about how Kevin Samuels was like, yeah, it's my birthday. And he was like, oh, word, yo, we gonna get some bottles, turn up. Really? And then after a couple of bottles, he was dancing. But another story said that he don't drink. Why everybody trying to get him to drink? And why is everybody talking about a birthday? And why everybody is posting images of a birthday? What is this? The alibi to cover y'all tracks? That's what this is? I don't trust none of y'all, fam. Y'all need to be investigated. At the end of the day, y'all need to be investigated. Y'all need to be investigated. The woman in the house need to be investigated. All cameras from that complex need to be investigated and looked upon because something ain't right here, fam. So there you have it, people. There you have it. This is real, man. This is serious. So we're going to sign out. Got to go get me something to eat. You already done know what it is, man. How long we've been on? 2 hours and 48 minutes. Okay. It is what it is, fam. So, what do you think? What do you think about the stream? What do you think about the message at hand? It's wild, man. This is a wild one. Man, it's a mystery. You will never know because these folks ain't talking about what happened. I tried. And I've done a thorough job. A better job than that so-called attorney could ever do. Ever. There's no way he could even fathom doing this kind of work. What kind of friends sit back and watch their friend die and don't investigate to find out what happened? That's sad, fam. Can't trust none of these cats. So all the Kevin Samuel fans out there, as much as I'm a critic of Kevin Samuels, I've done my part to see and find the solution to what happened. But his so-called friends, they ain't do nothing to find out why he died. If that doesn't speak volumes to where their heart is, I don't know what else to tell you. Anyway, fam, this is Black Male Advice TV, the best channel on YouTube, hands down. Putting in work since 2006, the OG in the game. Bringing that real talk, real knowledge, providing the best visuals on YouTube. There is no other content creator that is on this level. They don't take this serious. They don't put in that work. We elevate. We dominate. I'm the pioneer in these streets, producing content that you need to hear. Black Male Advice TV. Subscribe to the channel today. Click the notification bell. Tell a friend. You already done know what it is, fam. Ain't no time to play. This is Black Male Advice TV, the best channel on YouTube. I'm out, fam. Peace. We out of here.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut.